past at one point or another and just kind of pull up. But LeoN's going to have to make it through the wall that is Pokelam to get there, and we know that's going to be incredibly difficult.
So also worth mentioning, like you said, Pokelam has been on a tear throughout the Wi-Fi era, but you typically see him competing against other Wi-Fi warriors, not really the Tri-State offline Chads that are present in this bracket. So we'll see if he's able to make something happen against LeoN. I mean, of course, he's already proven himself against 3 really strong offline players, and when tournaments can resume, I would love to see what this kid is capable of offline. I mean, we know that he's really good. Of course, Villager's probably a little better in this environment, but I don't think it's enough to make a huge difference in his performances.
Yeah, absolutely not that big of a difference. And I believe we saw him perform at a couple of Xeno events here and there before things had gotten crazy. So I think he's got good signs for sure. And we see, oh my god, that wall jump into the B reverse axe to cut the tree down, find his way on stage. Very nasty stuff.
This stock is a clip, dude, and if that bowling ball connected, I mean, Bowser would survive, but still, it's really crazy stuff coming out, and the gyroid for protection, but LeoN, no fear, just gonna drop the shell on him, take this first stock off. Finally, he's working with 80% of a deficit, but as long as he doesn't get hit by something too huge, he can make this right back up. Oh, a little slow on that grab.
Alright, finding a lot of big pressure here, not finding the F smash, but Bowser's up B so laggy that the up smash is guaranteed 3 there.
True checkmate right there, forcing him into the high recovery. Goddamn, 55, 60 already!
That was so nasty, using the Nair in place to bait LeoN to pick another option. Standing there, ends up getting the axe into the tree, falling down for a fat conversion. 60, now 70 damage on the end of Pokelam.
This is pretty insane, and he catches him with the flying slam, but not a kill. Villager, despite his small stature, has a decent weight value.
Alright, playing around with the wood chip now, but loses it pretty quickly. 85 on the board, though.
All right, solid lead here for Pokelam. He just needs to play very evasively. What? Oh, wow, he's alive, but not the second one. Yeah, Bowser really stuck in a bad position there, forced into the vertical recovery. And anytime any character's in that spot against Villager, you might as well just start rolling up your controller.
Yeah, that's always a very unfortunate thing, too, is LeoN grabbed a little bit early and never went through the lag of F Smash, so ended up trading grab with F Smash after it had spawned, and that's how he ended up off stage there. Around, I think, like 75% or something nonsensical like that, he got the kill screen on F Smash off the platform. Pretty wild stuff.
Yeah, on the heaviest character in the game. That move is not to be trifled with.
Absolutely not.
All right, so very solid game 1 there from Pokelam. Let's see what he's able to do going forward. LeoN potentially in a spot to switch characters and counterpick. I would be very surprised to see him only try it against Sharp Sheik rather than a character like Villager, just a pure zoner who's also short, hard to hit, has a lot of setups. But man, this is a totally different story.
If he got that last hit Nair fair into the back air across the map, that would have been disgusting. But we've already got 115 on the board from LeoN, showing that that game 1 is probably got him a little bit more angry than anything else. And finding that downer off the top platform, 10% before taking any more damage, steals that first stock out. Very nice stuff so far.
I like those ambiguous jumps there from LeoN to try to get back down without being too predictable, but it doesn't matter. Pokelam just covering everything here. Whiff grab, but he gets away with it. Oh, wow, and he's just throwing him out. Villager with one of the most underwhelming grabs in the whole game, but god damn, that flower pot into slingshot. Green Moose Guava Juice. All right, the tree standing there very threateningly.
Yeah, using the pressure to just kind of zone LeoN out, keep him on the top of the map or the other side.
Oh, man. Pokelam sensing the fear too after the first missed bowling ball when LeoN caught the edge very quickly. A lot of players in that situation will just pick roll very hastily. Pokelam all over that. And all of a sudden,
LeoN's got to be careful about how he's landing in on these gyroids. It's been resulting in a lot of damage for Pokelam across the first 2 games thus far.
melting the gyroid with Fire Breath though. Very smart counterplay. Got a sapling, but he might not even get back on stage to water it. Oh, never mind. It just crushed through Bowser's down air. Ooh, clutch spot dodge though. LeoN showing some signs of life here in this game too. I mean, the first stock was certainly a sign, but he's still keeping the momentum up a little bit.
Ooh, scary placement here for back airs from Pokelam, but LeoN finds his way out of the corner. Big
Nice,
whiff
scouts
grab
out the grab.
there.
Wow, block strings. Forward smash into Nair.
It's kind of messed up.
Oh, and trying to catch the cross-up drift from LeoN with back hit down smash. That may have resulted in some big damage, but instead, Pokelam now working with a stock deficit, and that's not where Villager wants to be.
Yeah,
all those tools he has to keep you out suddenly stop mattering when he wants to be out anyway. Getting a lot of grabs here.
LeoN getting away with these vertical recoveries a lot more than earlier. Perhaps just picking better mash on that up B. Ooh, an unfortunate neutral B is going to result in an SD. Pretty huge stuff. LeoN gonna have to close the stock out quickly. We've seen Pokelam bring these back before.
Alright, just gonna toss him. Very interesting to go for back throw. I feel like he was so much closer to the left edge, but not really mattering. And again, maybe trying to keep the forward throw fresh just as a finisher. Can't ledge hop aerial on Bowser though. Every single one of those is getting blown up by up B.
Oh yeah, you already know it.
Pokelam down to his last breath of this game here. Could be a huge difference in the flow of this set here. Ooh, the flying slam, and he manages to get him on the top platform just that much closer to the blast zone, and that's going to be an even set here. LeoN coming back alive after getting shut out in game 1. Can never count this guy out.
And the battlefield pick proving to be a nice help for him. Just getting that flying slam pretty early. I think he landed at like 125, something around there, and that killed, which is pretty nice for a character like Villager.
Yeah, and on a big stage like Battlefield. Always like to see those low numbers when you get the kill. All right, it's going to be Kalos as LeoN's counterpick. Pretty interesting. Miles counterpicked him here twice in a row. I think this is actually a great stage for Villager just overall, but especially when you're a zoner fighting a big body, having all this room to work with, especially with those platforms elevated at the edge, I think that just makes bowling ball so much more dangerous.
Yeah,
I almost said
absolutely.
dangerouser.
Dangerouser. You got vocab out here.
Austin Dangerouser powers.
Oh my god, did the tree really just convert into forward air jab? That's insane. 62 damage on the board. Pokelam's brain, absolutely massive.
And since there's such little ending lag on forward smash, I feel like Pokelam can just throw them out from the platform. Even if he knows LeoN isn't going to run into it, it's just like, all right, well, now you can't close the distance toward me because that bowling ball is still falling for all those frames it takes to reach the ground. And it just gives him a free escape from the corner.
That's a fat first stock coming out.
With the PH or not?
Fat, bro. Big PH.
Capital PH.
Oh, yeah.
All right, trying to toast him at the ledge a little bit, just build some damage, get him within that KO range for some of the big finishers Bowser has, but it's a matter of actually getting his hands on Pokelam that seems to be the trouble.
Alright, only 49 on deck on the second stock. It's going to be pretty nice for LeoN. Making things pretty even already, 33, 35 in the corner.
Oh, almost a genius play on the part of LeoN there. If he had managed to clear the gyroid, he would have been able to just get that Fire Breath out for free, but instead Pokelam hanging on to some momentum here. He's got the stage control, but it's not going to be enough. If he gets touched by Bowser just twice, it's pretty much even.
Alright, just kind of holding center stage with that tree, trying to use the pressure. I like these side Bs. That was incredibly smart, using the side B explosive off the tree, knowing that it won't put him in free fall. Pokelam's brain truly is massive.
I feel like it's gotta be if you play this character, man. It's not for the faint of brain at all. Oh, the chase down beginning from LeoN. He knows when Pokelam is in the corner there, he also gets the vertical boost from the platform, but it doesn't matter. He's just so content to keep dropping these bowling balls almost risk-free.
Yeah, he did such a good job of avoiding the first 3 bowling balls from that same position. Kind of a shame that the 4th one caught him. But we see Pokelam really riding that lead out now. 45, just trying to hold this stock for as long as possible. It's snatched up.
Very slick there. Yeah, catching that cross-up roll. No freebies against LeoN. His out-of-shield game is savage, whether it's up B, side B, or even just some of Bowser's really big and strong aerials. Don't want to touch this man on block.
Yeah, great landing traps from Pokelam here, just kind of forcing Bowser to land in the same spot. The character doesn't have much variance if he's jumping into you, just because his aerial drift is not amazing.
All right, dangerous numbers on the board for both of these players. Even all the way behind Bowser, you've seen that Villager has some crazy raw kill power, and wow, the up smash catching him on his descent to the ground. Pokelam on set point here, looking for that run back against Mars.
Yeah, just kind of consistently cutting off all the options possible for Bowser. Having such poor drift and acceleration, it's going to be really hard to land against a character like Villager who's setting up tree and then gyroid and then potentially up smash or F smash or just waiting for you. And things get really scary really fast because you can't decide if you're trying to swing on your way down, if you're trying to wait it out, and a character like Bowser who has a very cut and dry disadvantage, although it seems good at some points because, he has big meaty swings, they're all very obvious and he doesn't go very far at all.
Okay, moving into the 4th game. LeoN facing elimination now. Did some serious work in this bracket. Would be a shame to see him go down now, one of Jersey's finest, but of course Pokelam, the challenger, the up-and-comer, and certainly one of the most impressive runs in a bracket full of really broken players that mostly were all invited here. I mean, LeoN, the last invitee in loser's bracket. Of course, Mars sitting pretty in grands, but this is really impressive to see. No more sleeping on this kid regionally, I think.
Oh yeah, definitely not. You see the great flame breath angling from LeoN there, actually finding the punish. Stock looking pretty good so far. Counterpick working out. Oh my god, that back air off the corner. That vertex is actually going to prove to be a huge problem if Pokelam can't tech there.
Oh, I think he was looking for the roll in and trying to blow it up with the bottom hitbox of fair, but just a little bit off. LeoN still off to a fantastic start here, though. Oh, jab locked on the platform by slingshots. And Pokelam, excellent way around that flame breath. Just waiting it out with the stall on the gyroid. And I think it actually deteriorated enough that he could back up behind it. Okay, falling there, keeping himself safe, but that axe ready to go. I mean, the tree is dangerous enough on its own, but the fact that it opens up one of Villager's most devastating kill moves is also something that can't be ignored.
Oh yeah, absolutely. The way it works for Villager just ends up being pretty scary because he could use the move by itself, but he could also make it a little bit meatier on the tree. And the tree coming down in and of itself is such a threatening move that it's just this 3-piece scary little surprise.
Dre, did you see how Pokelam took one missed up B? LeoN looked for up B out of shield, I'm assuming, and got an aerial one, and then he turned that into a stock. And not
incredible conversions.
Yeah, like not even all combos or anything, just really great setups, good reads on the landing options. I mean, playing the matchup to a T for sure. And now he's got a fat lead. It's going to be so hard for LeoN to close the gap here. Oh, I thought he was going to up smash there. It may have worked. Oh, and you see him just rushing into these gyroids and then plenty of hits to follow. Sapling is out.
Huge. Oh my god, this relentless pressure from Pokelam. And yeah, every time LeoN finds a hit, it's just met with a gyroid trade. So this is becoming a much scarier lead by the second.
There's a reason we called this character Snake Jr. in the beginning of Smash 4. He can do very similar stuff with that gyroid as a trading tool. Oh, okay, the back air. Wow, I think because he was on the lower part of the slant, that actually caught the very short villager at ground level.
Yep, exactly. Very smart positioning from LeoN there, realizing that back air becomes a roll punish only on Yoshis or maps with slants like this.
LeoN with balls of steel running right up to that tree, catching Pokelam and taking so much percent afterward. Oh man, that was almost everything. If that back air connected and he won off of that, that would have been insane. But instead, it's going to be an up smash, killing LeoN, sending Pokelam with a 3-1 victory back into the grand finals for another shot at Mars.
Yeah, LeoN fought as hard as he could to seal that game out, but that one unfortunate trade with the gyroid really halting all momentum.
Man, that was such a good set. I think you really got to see LeoN show some of his strengths in fighting against bad matchups, but you really got to see Bowser's weaknesses exploited as well. I think Villager's got kind of the perfect answer to a lot of stuff for him. Not just annoying in neutral, but also devastating edge guards by way of the bowling ball. And tree is just so hard to avoid when you're that big, too.
Yeah, absolutely. And we saw so many points where Pokelam would jump at the tree in such a way that that was meant to catch one particular landing, but then air dodge out would also get caught by falling tree in and of itself. So just the way he would set up these layered landing traps was so smart all the way through. I mean, consistently netting such fat damage to the point where during that last game, like I said, every single time LeoN found a hit out of disadvantage, it was met with a gyroid trade. Just because Pokelam was ready in the back of his mind for, okay, he manages to make it down this time. I know I'll just take this little bit of extra damage. And we're going to be looking back the Red Bull replay to check out some of those hot moments from that set.
Yeah, I mean, there's one big caveat when it comes to zoners. Everyone thinks they're all lame. I don't think so. I think the players definitely determine how hyped the character can be, and Pokelam really fun to watch with Villager. He is constantly moving, throwing stuff out. Like, he's not an idle zoner who's just sitting there and waiting for you to do something stupid. He's very proactive in the way that he makes the screen so busy and prevents you from getting anywhere near him.
Yeah, it's very pressure oriented, just kind of forcing you into bad decisions consistently, and making sure that you're never quite comfortable with what you're picking.
That untechable back air. LeoN was on fire toward the end of this game. It looked like he was about to bring it back, but I mean, just so many big swings. I think another really cool thing about Villager in this matchup is that he's got the heavy artillery to step to Bowser, you know what I'm saying? It's like he doesn't fall behind in the damage and knockback race super hard like other zoners would against a heavy of this nature.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, that gets really scary when pretty much all of your projectiles will set up for an edge